Dear Narcissa Guinevere Victoria Brunhilde III, what do you think you're doing?
Well, since I couldn't push the wall to get to the other side or push it down, I thought I'd throw a rope over it instead.
When are you going to realize there is no wall and there's most definitely nothing on the other side?
I'm so confused. Did we decide if this wall was built by some king or if it's a natural structure that's always been there? I think we should take a vote to decide.
I'm afraid truth is truth regardless of popular opinion.
Truth? We need none of that nonsense. It doesn't matter anyways.
Well, if these folks know the truth, I'd like to hear it.
Oh, plenty of travellers come around through this part, Peyton. You can't always believe folk who say they know the truth.
Well, it's worth hearing them out and deciding for ourselves anyways, isn't it?
We don't need them to tell us what to do. We are perfectly capable of solving this mystery ourselves. Excuse me.
So, where did this wall come from anyways? Has it really been here as long as they say?
Well, I'm glad you've asked. You see, long ago, there was our good and gracious king. Mighty and powerful, he held his reign to the very ends of the earth.
No. You've got your facts all wrong. See, there are no ends of the earth because it is, in fact, square. It just keeps going.
Tom, to the ends of the earth is just a phrase. It's an expression.
Besides, if the Earth was any shape, it'd be a circle, wouldn't it? Like a ball.
No, it's a square, more like a cube.
Yes, that's exactly right. You have your facts all wrong.
Why don't we hear what they have to say first and give our thoughts after?
Well, like Ambassador Cornelius said, there was a good and gracious king with a peaceful and prosperous kingdom. All the people had what they wanted or needed, and even more than that, they had a relationship with the king. He knew them, they knew him, and he loved them very much.
No, you have your story all wrong. He wasn't a good or gracious king at all, but a mean and bossy one. He told the people how to live their lives and things to do. He was all like, don't do this, don't do that, name these animals. I heard he didn't even let them eat their fruits and vegetables. It's no wonder the people didn't like him.
Where did you hear all that?
Oh, I read it somewhere.
Well, we have it on very good authority, based on historically verified scrolls and first-hand accounts, that the king, well, he loved his people and did what was very best for them. It was, in fact, a very popular fellow who decided that he didn't like the king and brought all the people into rebellion against him.
Yes, it was the king's enemy who turned the good subjects against him. They didn't think they needed a king anymore and that it would be better if they lived by their own rules. So they decided to abandon their kingdom and their loving ruler.
So, is that why we have a wall then? The king built it to keep his subjects out because they rebelled against him?
Yes, that's exactly right. Doesn't he sound like such a drama queen? Or, I guess, king?
You assume that it was the king who built the wall.
So the wall was built?
No, it's natural.
It was built, but not by the king. You see, the subjects in rebellion built it to show that they didn't need their king, or they thought that they didn't need their king, to shut them out and live separately from him.
But actually, life became harder, much, much harder. The king's kingdom had all of the bread, milk, honey, fruit that they could possibly desire, but the outside world, well, was sorely lacking in resources, except from worms, apparently.
I like my worms just fine, thanks.
So, the king's subjects built this wall? I suppose that must have made him pretty happy since they'd rebelled against him anyways.
Not at all. He was devastated. The king, he loved his people and wanted them to turn away from their rebellion and to come back.
Such a silly story. Isn't it our lunchtime?
Oh, my arms beeth worms. Lunch would be good indeed. Innkeeper, a special porridge, with haste.
So the wall is man-made, but built by the king's people who ran away?
Yes,
And the earth is either a circle or a square, depending on perspective?
just circle, sphere, really.
That's just what Big Village would have us believe. We here at Villager Village, we are not so gullible.
Yes, we are quite capable of thinking for ourselves. We are quite smart.
We absolutely agree. No one said you weren't smart. It's just we have some compelling proof that we would like for you to thoughtfully consider, as well as an amazing invitation.
Let me think. Not interested. Why don't you go on your merry little way and leave us to our lunch?
My dear Millicent, do you not understand? I am knightly knight of the Northwestern realm, pledged with allegiance to my king to complete my quest, even if it means I must eat special porridge, or sleep in a bed full of bugs, or listen to Cornelia snore from 2 rooms away.
Wait, I snore?
I don't know how you go about calling yourself a knight. Where have you ever fought?
Well, it's been more metaphorical than literal.
And what do you have to show for all your work? You aren't wanted here. You're annoying us and we would like you to leave.
Well, I think these two are quite nice. I'd like to hear a little more.
Yes, we'd all like you to leave. Go on. Go. Shoot.
Oh, look! My helmet's dirty. I'm just gonna go take care of it over here.
My dear Knightley, are you quite all right?
Did you hear her? She was so mean. I mean, I thought we were doing a good thing coming here, but did you hear them? I feel like we failed already, and I'm really beginning to wonder that I'm really cut out for all this.
I told you, my friend, how the king, well, he still has his enemies. Just remember to stay sharp, and that the king, he himself sent us on this quest. He told us how difficult it would be, but we know that it's all worth it. These souls, they need to realize that they don't have a future here. There's only death waiting. They need to know how to get to the other side.
I guess you're right.
Don't forget, dear Knightley, the wall was built by people who thought they could live on their own, by their own rules, that it would be better. But when we try to do things for ourselves, we tend not to be very successful. We need to trust in our king and stay true to this quest.
Okay, I'm ready to go back out there.